Diya, Bittuji, the Plated Project is very excited to be collaborating with you on our latest series, Call of the Wild. It features 9 artists who've interpreted the theme and Sanctuary's efforts in their own creative ways. But I want to ask both of you, what does Call of the Wild at a deeper level mean to each of you?
You should start.
Call of the Wild, the breath I take, the sound of the wind on leaves, the rain that falls down. Sometimes the sal leaves in Corbett, you can hear them fall. It's like a shower. Call of the Wild is anything that human beings have not tried to meddle with. That's the Call of the Wild, and it produces within you a sense of peace. And God knows we need a lot of peace in the world today.
I feel like it's my essence. I remember I was just telling the children in the auditorium that when I went to the forest for the first time, I felt like I was home. Nothing gives me more peace, nothing gives me more joy, nothing gives me more sense of center and focus and calm. And I think the call of the wild is that call to go back home. A reminder that we are in fact nature, that we may have built a world that is separate from nature, we may have built walls, we may have built societies that are, living in urban dwellings. But the fact of the matter is that we are also wild beings. We may have tamed ourselves a little bit and changed our ways, but the essence that makes us alive and breathe and live, that what connects all life on earth is wild, is free, isn't it? Whether it's water or it's wind or it's soil or it's every creature, you, me, our children, we're all connected by that, whatever that is.
Beautifully said.
Can I interject here and
Please.
say thank you, Chitresh, and thank you, Plated Project, for choosing Sanctuary and me and taking our message to a wider audience and taking us and our ethos and everything that we're passionate about and care for to people's homes and to people's lives.
No, I mean, it's been our pleasure and we should thank you because I was just telling Bettuji, everything we've learned over the last 3 months has really changed how we saw nature, how we actually saw little efforts making a difference. And I've been reading stories from this series to my kid every night when I put her to bed.
Wow.
Just
Lovely.
to encourage her that, when you grow up, you don't have to get restricted and say, what can I do? You can make a difference just by being you.
Yeah.
And it's really fulfilling to be a part of this and do this with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Diya, Bittuji, what does art mean to you? What role does it play in your life? And what do you think art and artists can do to give back to Mother Nature?
This answer he gives beautifully because I remember him saying this to a room full of vibrant, beautiful children who looked at him very expectantly, as they always do. And he said something that has always resonated so deeply with me. And I took back that message and then have used it over the last decade and a half to do the work that I am doing because of what he said. Tell him.
Well, essentially what I'm saying is whoever we are, whether it's art or music or dance or culture or religions or philosophy, whatever it is, its origins, the inspiration came from nature. And I cannot understand right now how people can think they can be inspired if they destroy the source of inspiration.
Yeah.
So art, according to me, is a reflection of nature in one form or the other. And I think art will communicate those things that people are deaf and can't hear, not real deaf people, people who pretend to be deaf, who cannot get the message. I think art can move hearts and art can move minds. And I believe that it's the artists and the creative people that will lead humanity out of the mess that we've put ourselves into today.
Yeah. I agree 100% because, you're talking about nature. For us at the Plated Project, we use art to fight hunger. And it has obviously helped us sponsor meals for the needy. But like you just said, the bigger impact has been the power of art to drive conversations and then how conversations are changing behavior.
Absolutely.
I think that is a huge impact that art is having around the world.
I want to make another connection here, Chitresh, based on what both of you said. I think where we find ourselves at the crossroads of, climate change, biodiversity loss, and pollution, I think it's so important for us to recognize that our art is a powerful instrument for social change. And as an artist, I have, I believe in using my voice to bring that change. But what we can do as people from the world of art and people who celebrate art and understand art is to highlight the connection between the need for climate resilience and eradication of poverty, and how both are deeply intertwined.
Yeah.
Just like the health of the planet is entirely entwined with human health. I mean, I cannot understand
Absolutely.
how people imagine it's separate, but that's exactly what it is. If we truly want to eradicate poverty, if we truly want to make sure nobody goes home, nobody sleeps hungry, then the only way we can make that possible is to build climate resilience and to act on climate.
100%. It's becoming real now, right?
Yeah.
Till a few years back, people used to just disconnect it from their own reality, saying it's happening in another part of the world.
Yeah.
But today it's hitting home.
Yeah.
Everything from tomato prices to how
Floods.
floods, everything is becoming, part of our lives. I think, like you rightly said, Diya, that, in its essence, it's nature, right? Everything is connected. That's the same thing we realize with hunger, that nothing is unidimensional.
Yeah.
Everything is connected, and you can't solve a problem by pinpointing it and saying, oh, it's poverty, or it's just this. You have to get back to the root cause, like you said, it's planet and it's the climate. And if we can focus on that, then everything will fall in place.
Yep.
The other one thing is that when anybody, from a 6-month-old child to a 90-year-old man, looks at nature, not only does your blood pressure come down and you begin to feel better, but there is a reason for this. There is not one single leaf, not one single insect, not one single crab, not one single tiger whose design hasn't been designed with function.
Yeah.
It's nothing superfluous on the world. Homo sapiens, us, we're the only ones who know how to create superfluous things. And the closer we come to art as defined by nature with purpose, the better the art becomes.
Yeah,
100%,
my God, that's so beautiful.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that.
Beautifully said.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes. So, Diya Bittuji, we work closely over the last 3 months. We've done everything from.
Hasn't it been longer?
It feels longer, but it's been about three and a half
Really?
months. Yeah.
Okay,
From
I
the
feel
time
like
we
it's been
started.
longer for
No,
sure.
it took us 3 months. So in the last 3 months, we've done everything from shortlisting stories, the ones that all of us feel passionately about. We've picked artists to work with. We've shortlisted the art. We've spent a lot of time on material, right? Because I love the fact that this collab pushed us into how can we make everything sustainable.
Yeah.
So having done all of this, we are finally now going to launch the collab. What's been your favorite part of the experience?
So my husband discovered you guys, and he pointed out the Plated project to me, and he said, just look at this amazing work they're doing. And then I picked up the phone on my team at Exceed, and I said, we have to meet the Plated project. Let's see what we can do together, because what they're doing here matters, and it's so beautiful. And there is nothing more fulfilling than watching an idea take form
100%.
and translate into action that is driven by purpose. Mud on the Boots is such a phenomenal program that Sanctuary Nature Foundation has been running, and I've been a part of it. And I couldn't wait for Sanctuary to meet the Plated project and for this marriage to happen.
Yeah.
And I think it's just, turned out to be such a beautiful, nuanced, purpose-driven, wonderful partnership. So it's hard for me to say what is my favorite part. I think all of it sums it up as just, we were all meant to be together.
Yeah.
We were meant to do this together. And I really believe this is the beginning of many, many more exciting journeys that we will embark on, because what we are doing here with this collab is truly unique, truly special, and I do believe every story is going to resonate deeply with those who take them home.
I hope so. I hope so for sure. And I think firstly we need to send the first piece to your husband. Happen
Yeah, I think
and
so.
exceed, and like you rightly said, right? It's all serendipity.
Yeah.
We had never planned for this. Everything just fell in place because I think the day the team reached out there,
Yeah.
saying that we want to talk and we want to do this,
Were you shocked?
I wasn't shocked because I was just rejoiced, happy, because for about a month before that, we were talking about it, that hunger, it's poverty, and then it's about food wastage, and then we were making the connections between climate change, food wastage, all of that, and we in our mind were saying we have to do a series about connecting climate change and hunger, and then a call comes in saying Dia wants to talk to you about doing something with sanctuary and nature, and we said okay, whatever happens, we need to make this work.
See, the universe conspires.
Yeah. Truly did. What's your favorite part?
Well, I think my favorite part was the fact that I got a call from Dia one day and she came up with this thing that said that let's do this. And the first thing that occurred to me was that we talk of diversity in the forest and we talk about how important it is. But somehow or the other, the monocultures that exist in terms of strategy and attitudes are such that no, you can't do this, you can't do this. And I love the fact that you're bringing in a different diversity of, I love the fact that you're bringing in a different diversity of strategies to communicate something. And I think at one level somebody may say, oh, look, rich people eating off a plate. At another level, I'd say that this is what the Dalai Lama told me. He says, if you're eating and you got a full plate, don't be guilty. Share some with somebody else.
Wow.
That's it. There's enough. If we share and we, as Dia earlier said, a little bit of equity, a lot of sensitivity, and every day, be happy every day. I think somehow or the other, the combination of this, I think you encapsulate it in some way or the other.
Thank you for putting it so beautifully.
Yeah, there's a reason why he's my hero.
Yeah, I can understand now. I need an hour with you, sir, every week just to make notes so that I can learn from you and use it.
We've actually been contemplating coming up with a book called Bittuisms.
You should. You should do a podcast and your voice and the way you say things, it'll be beautiful.
Well.
We should, you and I should do a podcast.
I think, why not? Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
100%.
Honestly, whatever it takes, because right now, I mean, मैं कभी कहता हूँ कि कुंभकर्ण को जगाना बहुत आसान है, लेकिन वो जो ढोंग कर रहा है सोने का, उसको कैसे जगाओगे? And that's the real problem. All these guys know. Every one of them knows exactly what the problem is, but they're pretending, oh yeah, really? Is that it? That we don't get with the kids. That's why the kids, if you got a pimple on your nose, they'll say, what's that red thing on your nose? Adults will look all over your face and pretend कि वो है ही नहीं. So it's about time somebody called a spade a spade.
Yeah. And the other thing, Bittuji, I think with kids, my experience of being with a 5-year-old, there's never an attitude of this is not my problem.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If they see something and they feel for it,
they understand,
they
they're
will
connected
make
to
it,
everything.
That it is my problem, I'll solve it.
Children lack cynicism.
Yeah.
Children have belief that something will happen if an adult says it will happen. They have trust. I will never forget, अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी जी को हमने 10 लाख सिग्नेचर भेजे थे. उसमें से one of the children wrote me a letter like this saying, बिट्टू अंकल मत फिक्र करो, I have sent it to the Prime Minister, अभी सब ठीक हो जाएगा, टाइगर बच जाएगा. Now tell me, what kind of power do you need more than that? Because he sows seeds of hope in you.
Yeah.
And it's a long distance marathon. It's not a 100-meter sprint.
Correct.
So when I go, that little kid is going to be running the same thing, and eventually nature will do what it does.
Wow. What a beautiful thought.
Yeah. Nice.
So this is the first piece there which is fully packed and you're going to open it. You're the first person who's
I
actually
can't even
looking at
begin to tell you how precious this moment is. And I really want to take this opportunity to again thank you, the Plated Project, because when I read 100% of the profits from this collection will be donated to Sanctuary Nature Foundation, it fills me with immense joy.
And it fills me with hope.
Yeah.
Same here.
So this is my favorite piece, right here, in here. Okay. Kudos to the fact that we've managed to put together an entirely sustainable collection, from the packaging to the stand to absolutely everything is free of
Plastic.
That dreadful thing. Oh my
Wow.
God, it's so beautiful. It's gorgeous. Ah,
It is stunning.
this is,
Each piece is going to be serial numbered,
yes, and
the
you
QR
scan
code.
it to get the whole
Yeah.
story, and of course, it
and that'll
tells you
take
what
you
this
to
is.
Sanctuary's website,
Yeah.
talk about all the programs you run,
Yeah.
Bittuji.
So this
Lovely.
is one of my favorite programs at Sanctuary, protecting the langurs.
Yeah.
And this artist has done a phenomenal job, Johnny Ganta. And I love how we've put this whole thing together. It's just beautiful. So this Mud on the Brooch project, Project Langur, is run by an amazing man called Vishal Ahuja, and he is actually working on the ground against all odds to reduce man-animal conflict. I actually hate saying man-animal conflict because the term itself divides the two.
Yeah.
And I think what we really need to recognize is that we're all one. But there is conflict, and because there is this unfortunate overlapping of space, which is not always harmonious and safe for the langur, and there are just about 500 species left in that.
No, I'll put it like this, that as far as the langur is concerned, he's just that much apart from us. We're
Yeah.
just bumped up
Yeah.
monkeys ourselves, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So I think that it's a wonderful thing that we're doing, and I endorse what you.
Yeah,
Your
and Mud
choice.
on the Boots is a great program because what we've done is that we've identified project leaders who are working on the ground, who are not, backed by big organizations, are not a part of, big organizations. They're just individuals who have been, impacted by the landscape and the habitat that they live in. They've recognized the need to protect it, and are doing work independent of everyone and everything, and doing such phenomenal work. I mean, every story is so inspiring, and so is this one. And I hope people discover it and cherish it and love it and love this plate and the story as much as I do.
So I'm glad you love it, because I was waiting to see what you react, and Bittuji, of course. But Bittuji, are you ready to
Ready,
Unbox
ready,
your
favorite
plate,
piece?
your
Ready.
favorite piece.
I'll keep this one.
Very ready.
I actually want to see the stand.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
There are two of these. This is a set of two. So this is the first one. Let me also show you.
So I put them
Look at
onto the
that.
people who are doing this. Also.
Lovely.
Yeah, this is the second one.
So beautiful. Look at it.
Exquisite. Good
It's a set
heavens.
of
So it's got gold running across the rims.
Yeah.
And then it's got the artwork in the middle of it.
Are the stands here?
The stand's not in this for now, but let me just find that one for you. But again, thanks to you, we were pushed to actually do all of this. And now we're trying to do this for all of our products. Not
Yes,
just for
that
this
would be
series.
so
Wonderful.
amazing if you
Trying to
can.
do it.
That would be just so wonderful. Because this can be recycled.
Yeah,
reused,
100%.
all of it.
So at home, whenever we get our boxes home, especially cartons like this, we turn them into art pieces with my kid. So she'll turn them into doll houses. She'll make things with them.
Perfect.
Just a simple way of encouraging that,
Repurposing.
do things like this.
So this is a decal. No.
No. This is a canvas.
Canvas.
This is a mounted canvas. So canvas on pine wood. So again, sustainable.
Shall we?
Yes.
Please.
All right. It's the call of the wild. All right, may I?
Yes, please, please.
So
each one of the pieces will go with
It
an
has-
insert.
With care, instructions.
Oh,
it's got-
wait. First instruction. Good
Should I
heavens.
take this off?
Yes, please,
I'll
dear.
get that for you.
Oh my goodness.
Good Lord. Look at that.
Wow. It's beautiful.
You know, it's, how shall I say? What else is our planet but a sanctuary for all life?
Yeah.
That's what we are. We're living on a small, little, lovely, magical, little speck in space. And if we don't learn how to live with it, and all these creatures that we see, they're the maintenance engineers of this planet. They're the magic makers. We used to be magic makers. It's about time we learned a little magic from these creatures as well.
So tell us about the inspiration behind this piece.
Well, I'll put it like this. Look, anything you look at, you pick up one drop from a lake and you start looking at it in a magnifying glass. It has 5,000 little things that it'll talk to you about. Look at your gut. Look at the planet. Look at everything.
Yeah.
It is, diversity is such an inadequate way to describe the magic that is there of nature. Yeah. Everything. It's been honed by a billion years of, I mean, just imagine, from blue-green algae, we turn into butterflies, we turn into this, we turn into that. I mean, how can it be anything other than magic? And I sometimes wonder, you know, at people who look at the source of life as a resource for commerce and nothing more. You know, it just doesn't sit well with me. And I think eventually, the reason we go to children is that they're wide-eyed with wonder.
Yeah.
You know, and they feel the same wonder, whether it's just a leaf, they look through a leaf and they look at the veins and they look through, life itself.
This was Sanctuary's 40th anniversary cover.
This was our 40th anniversary cover because it encapsulated everything we thought, what we felt, what we knew, what we wanted.
So we got lucky because Swabu Kohli, who made this, we had seen this and we really wanted this to be part of this collection.
I want to meet Swabu Kohli and give him a hug.
Yeah. Let's make that happen. Because honestly, it encapsulates everything. Okay, this one is a terrarium and it's got all, you know, it's got a bottle cap. The planet itself, I'll tell you, this is beautiful, and the planet is 1,000,000 times more beautiful.
Yeah.
And I just cannot fathom why people can't see the beauty in what they see outside, you know. 100%. So I'm at a loss for words. I love this. We had some of the most evocative responses to this. There were people asking for this canvas. Oh, and I said, we have the right to print it. We don't have the right to copy it and give it out. But I do hope
now we'll write to each one of those people that you can get yours now.
Yeah.
We send it to 37,000 people and tell them to, you have an opportunity to do this, you know.
It's actually a piece of history. Your 40th anniversary now on a canvas, which is great.
Yeah.
40th anniversary, that in itself is a bit of a miracle, because when we started Sanctuary,
started under a banyan tree.
It started under a banyan tree in Ranthambore, and a slightly drunken promise made to a guy saying that I will never come back to Ranthambore unless and until you tell me what I can do. So he said, start a magazine. This is Fateh Singh Rathore. He's this man who almost single-handedly made Ranthambore, you know. And I mean, when we actually launched it, we had Mr. S.P. Godrej there, we had everybody from all the organizations. And one person I won't name, who really cared for me, said, okay, तेरी क्रिया सेरेमनी के लिए मैं पैसे दूंगी, क्योंकि तू मर जाएगा, ये क्या कर रहा है तू? Who is backing you? What do you have? We had no money, we had no business plan, we had nothing. We just made a promise under a banyan tree around a campfire. And it worked. 43 years later, I've seen magazines fold up and this and that, but we're still there.
Yeah.
We're still there. And I think we'll be there forever, so long as
people like Swabu Kohli exist.
Yeah.
And nature.
I want to meet Swabu Kohli. Will you make that happen?
I'll make that happen for you.
And I want to take him out to that banyan tree.
So there's no banyan tree here, but that's a promise I'm making to you that I'll talk to Swabu and we'll make that happen.
Yeah,
sir.
Lovely. Yeah, you're invited as well.
Yeah. The thorn between the roses.
Without you, we won't go.
I'll keep this one.
That is beautiful, huh?
It
by the
truly
way.
is. It's magnificent.
Incidentally, I hadn't seen it in this size before.
In this size before?
I'd only seen it the way I see it, you know.
On the magazine.
On a magazine, looking
cover.
at it, blowing it up to see how it's been
Okay, so Chitresh, this is your favorite.
Yes, this is my personal favorite.
Why?
So, two things.
You're doing the answer question.
It's by this artist whose work I've always admired. So, Bhumika Mukherjee, she's created this and she's got this style which is very evocative, very bright, vivid. but it's always got a dose of magic in it. She'll
Yeah.
mix elements and she'll blend things. So we've always wanted to work with her, and we're doing that now. This is the insert which comes with every product. Let me just keep this here. And in the series, we've got 3 kinds of products. So what Dia you saw was the plates, which you can buy. The one you opened, sir, is the canvas. And this one is a framed plate.
Good heavens.
So
Look at that.
it feels grand.
You know, to see it on a presentation
Wonderful.
and then to see the physical form is just, it's magic.
That is absolutely stunning.
This is a work. This is a tribute to Funsong Dolma, who's a project
Yeah,
leader
yeah,
with the
yeah,
Months on Boot
yeah,
program. And you know, her story, she's captured it here beautifully because you'll see the nature and human form blend seamlessly, right?
Yeah.
She is part of nature. And everything you've been talking about, there is no difference. I think this particular piece for me captured that.
Yeah.
So this is how it looks, like all our pieces. This was Dia's idea, that she just didn't want a serial number or a certificate of authenticity. She wanted a QR code
Yeah.
that tells you the story of this particular piece. So we've done that. And on the frames and on everything else, you'll have a little tag here which celebrates the beauty of the piece and the fact that it's a limited edition.
You know, the pulse of the butterfly is a magical thing because it's again an indication that you must know the theory of the butterfly effect, right?
Yeah.
That every action adds to something.
Yeah.
It creates an effect. There is an impact, and
100%.
I'm so excited about this collab. It's the best thing that has happened this
I
year.
would have loved to see Kara sitting here with
I
us. This
know.
was her baby.
This
This
is her
was what
baby.
she did. This is
So
Kara
Kara
Tejpal.
Tejpal,
Yeah.
who's his baby, my dearest
Yeah,
friend,
yeah.
she conceived and has been the leader of this project, Mud on the Boots,
Oh,
that
wow.
Sanctuary
Yeah.
Nature Foundation is doing. And I'm sure she'd be so proud and so grateful for this.
So it's such a small
Yeah.
world. So we featured Kara's story
Oh, really?
last year, where we were interpreting forms of love. You know, on Valentine's Day, we
Yeah.
launched
Yeah,
that series
yeah,
because
yeah.
love is not always I love you, you
Yes.
love me as two human beings. There are people who love, like you love what you do, you love what you do, Bittu. So we featured Kara for her love for nature.
Wow.
And I didn't know that she was the one who inspired the Months on
She's
Boot
the
program.
godmother of Mud on the
She's,
Boots.
Wow.
Mud on the Boots.
She's
yeah.
the face of tomorrow.
She is one of his
Beautiful.
kids for tigers.
Yeah. She came to us at the age of 12. We were doing a camp in Ranthambore, and everything had been all fixed and fulfilled. And then a wonderful lady called Madhu Bhatnagar from Sri Ram School said that, look, I have this one more child. And I said, no, we're finished.
Yeah.
She said, no, you have to have this one more child. So she didn't come as a tiger ambassador. She came as a cub reporter.
Wow.
And she reported it so beautifully. It was unbelievable. And she still writes like a dream. She thinks
She
like
does,
a dream.
She does, yeah.
Yeah.
She's beautiful.
Super.
Kara, this one's for you.
Yep.
Thank you.
The Call of the Wild is a truly special collaboration between Sanctuary Nature Foundation and the Plated Project. The role I've played here is to just bring them together. I have long admired the wonderful work that the Plated Project has been doing, and I'm a part of the Sanctuary Nature Foundation family and stand for everything that we hope to achieve, which is a healthy, happy, safe, equal, balanced world for all. And by taking home a piece from this collab, you will be not just promoting conservation efforts, but taking a piece of our hearts home, a piece of effort that truly belongs in our consciousness, in our being, in our thinking and our approach to life, to build a sustainable world and to recognize that we share our planet with many other beautiful, vibrant living species. And each artwork and the great, wonderful time and effort every artist has put into creating these artworks is a representation of that love. And what makes me even more proud of this collab is that 100% of the profits from this collaboration will go to the wonderful work being done by the Sanctuary Nature Foundation.
I want to thank the Plated Project. Like the diversity of a forest, you're giving us diverse ways to raise resources, to do the ultimate thing that must be done by all of us, which is protect our planet, save our biosphere, leave this world a better world. for our children and theirs. This particular event that we've just had 1,000 children in here. And I can promise you that any money that is raised by the Plated Project, which you generously offered us 100% of all the money, all the profit that you raise, will go into protecting our wilds, our not just our wilds, but it will go into protecting our children as well. And the tiger, just a metaphor for nature, represents all that we have. According to me, the ultimate climate activist is the tiger and the elephant and the termite and the bee and the beetle. I could go on, but I think I should stop here. You get the picture.
Our aim at the Plated Project is to marry art and impact. And that's why I'm very excited about our latest series, Call of the Wild. Created in collaboration with Diya Mirza and Sanctuary Foundation, every piece is a work of love, and it is designed to spark meaningful conversations around our relationship with our planet. The best part, 100% of the profits from this series will be donated to Sanctuary Foundation. So please check out the collection today, visit our website, and see all of these beautiful products.